going on, everybody? My name is Dante. I'm a strength personal trainer. Focus on body transformation through strength training. Today we're gonna be cooking. Well, I'm gonna be cooking. You guys gonna be listening. All right. It's gonna be a chill episode, unstructured. So there's not gonna be a whiteboard in the background. There's no chalkboard, no smartboard. Gonna keep it simple. So, client today is telling me that you can't out-train a bad diet. Or no, that you can out-train a bad diet. And I'm sitting here like, elaborate, because I'm interested. He saw a post on Facebook and it was saying, oh, that the only way to lose weight is calories in, calories out. There's nothing else. And then he wants to be all logical about it. He's like, oh, well, he said some crazy stuff. I don't even remember word for word. It just got me flabbergasted that my man started to tell me, oh, so my maintenance is 3K. I eat 3.5 thousand. And I burn 4,000. I could still lose weight, right? I'm like, technically, yeah. Because that's the way it is. It's calories in versus calories out. That's the formula. But there's so much more nuance to that. There's so much more. And the nuance is that, do you know how hard it is to burn 1,000 calories? Well, one, if your maintenance is 3,000, that already says a lot about you. It says that you are a bigger body and that you require more energy to maintain that bigger body. But then you want to eat however you want in order to eat 3,500 calories because that's what feels good for you. And I get that. But there's a lot of strain. Like, to a regular person, if you were nobody, you're just a person on the internet, I wouldn't care. Do what you want. That's you. But this client, it's my personal buddy. And it always irks me just a little bit that I want him to take care of himself, you know? And I showed him the way of the gym, but I can't show him the way of the fork because that's harder. That's a mental thing. People think that just because you go to the gym, you're going to automatically lose weight. At first you are. At first you're going to lose weight, yeah. But as you keep progressing, it gets harder and harder over time. And people don't understand this. It's like, you can only burn more calories than you need in the beginning. Then after that, you need to start dialing in your nutrition. And what bothers me is that, he's a typical American. He eats fast food. He eats frozen TV dinners. All these things add up. They all add up. And that's my problem with it. It's just that you don't seem to understand that you have a mental disorder with your relationship with food. You have a disorder with the fact that you can't figure out how to cope without it. So then it becomes this conversation of how much work do you have to put in order to keep healthifying yourself, in order to keep losing weight and trying to hit your goal. That's my little rant. Is, my man, control your food, control the intake, control your portions. That's where it really comes down to. You're going to be hungry. It's not fun. But as you adapt over time, you learn that it's fine to be hungry. Hunger is what drives us. We used to be hunter-gatherers. So hunger is what told us we need to go out and hunt. Not that we live in that world anymore, but the concept still remains the same. Hunger is the cue that tells you that it's time to be proactive, to stop staying still. So once you get the signal, you should be trying to understand what it is. The problem is people these days confuse hunger with dehydration. People confuse hunger with boredom. People confuse hunger with pleasure. Doesn't make sense. Let them cook. Literally, I'm cooking right now. But when you are hungry, our first response is, let's just stuff our face. When in all reality, you're probably only hungry because you're missing nutrients that your body is craving. That's what it really comes down to. Be right back. For everyday normal life. I cook food for my family. I work out. I train my clients. And my life essentially revolves around the gym and health and nutrition, so I don't see it as something that's extremely out of my way. But for regular Americans, we look at it and it's like, oh, this is too much. He's doing too much. When in all reality, it's just, you're not used to it, so it seems intimidating. The first time you do anything is intimidating. But as you get used to it, it becomes better, becomes easier, becomes more achievable, more realistic. I just made a short form video talking about how many days a week should you work out. And in the video, it's highlighting 2 day, 4 day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day splits, right? I had some clients when I was working with them, they wanted to go 5 days a week. And I told them, have you ever worked out before? And they're like, oh, when I was younger, or it's been a while. It's been a minute. And I say to them, okay, well, it's going to be hard. And honestly, just working out five days a week is a big strain on your body. How about we get it down to a more realistic standard? And then I say to them, how many days off in the week you got? They say, oh, I got 2 days off. Actually, no, we start with the question is, how many days a week do you have to go to the gym in your schedule? And when they highlight it, they realize that it might not be really realistic 5 days a week. So then I ask them, depending on the type of person they are, I ask them this question: does 3 days a week work well with you? And they say, oh yeah, that's actually fine. That's realistic. All right. Be right back. I say to them, how many days a week can you get me to the gym? And they will say, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fine. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday comes, and they realize that those are the only days they have, and it's back to back. Now, if it's a standard coach, going to have them go through a workout, and it's going to be painful Monday, painful Tuesday, painful Wednesday. And I tell them, all right, here's the game plan. Monday's going to be painful. And when I those are not the words I use, but I'm trying to convey what it's like. So Monday is going to be rough. Tuesday is going to be easy. Oh, why is it going to be easy? I thought we got to work out hard every day. No, that is what everybody wants you to think. That's a standard. That's a stereotype. But that's not real life. Because Monday you're going to be sore. I don't expect you to work out Tuesday. But if you truly need to get moving, I'll figure out a way. Figure out a way that's realistic to get you moving on a Tuesday while you're sore without hurting you and over pushing you. And then Wednesday comes, Wednesday they're fully recovered, and then we knock it out again. That's how it's supposed to be. If it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, beautiful. If it's only a Tuesday and a Friday, that's fine. That's perfect. I had one client that said that they want to go, 3 days a week? But because they were a little bit older and they were essentially they had a lot of things going against them. And then also, not to mention other factors that I won't mention. Or did I mention it? Cut, I guess? I don't know. But after they told me all their situation, I said, you know what? 1 day a week. 1 day a week, it's gonna be more than enough for you. And 1 day a week is gonna be more than enough for your current environment and your current condition. For if we keep pushing on it, you're gonna end up re-engaging some of those health conditions that you have and re-engaging some of those medical conditions that you have as well. You know, they have like torn shoulder, bad knee, hip replacement. 1 day a week, that's it. Plus they also had kids, so that was a headache. But it wasn't that bad. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was fine, you know. But when you come to the gym and you're first starting out, don't expect to go all out in the beginning. That is where most people fail. You're not David Goggins. You're not a celebrity. You get what I'm saying? You don't have all the time in the world. 1 day a week, that's fine. Just make sure when you do go that 1 day, give it your all. And then if you feel like that's not enough, maybe try to move around more. Go out for a walk. Go roughhouse your children a little bit. People gonna like, oh my God, he roughhoused his child. But yeah, you know. So just highlighting everything. You can't control certain factors, work, life, environment, but you can control yourself. You are a human. Control yourself. Monitor what you eat. Monitor what you eat. Monitor what you put in your mouth. You know, move a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with just a little bit of movement. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of hunger. Now, you're gonna say, oh, you're saying all this? I bet you. One day somebody's gonna come in and zoom in on my fucking pantry when I'm rich and famous one day for all these YouTube videos. Oh, is that what you're here for? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. But somebody gonna zoom in. Oh, he got. Hold on, let me see. He got some Pellegrino in the back. He got some. It looked like peanut butter in the back. Those are not health foods. And well, welcome to the life of being a father. You know, not everything needs to be perfect. As long as you are putting effort consistently, day in and day out, that's all that matters. You know, I'm gonna end this video because I got another topic I want to talk about. All right. If you guys liked the video, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, I got links in my bio. You get 15% off HTLT. I believe it's 10% off with code DIA10 for TLF apparel. BA15 Dante Diaz. You know, support your boy. Help him raise a family. If you guys are interested in training programs, guided nutrition, virtual sessions, you know, just checking up on how's everything going, you can click the link in the bio. We get started on training. I offer 1 month, 2 months, and 3 month programs. Bundle it up with some training sessions, or not training sessions, virtual coaching sessions, and we can get something going. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed.